most of us set a goal to achieve something different, enable change. But did you know that traditional goal setting doesn't work to enable change? Keep watching. I'll share with you why traditional goal setting doesn't work when it comes to enabling change and what you can do instead. Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new here, I'm Dr. Dawn Marie Turner, President of Turner Change Management and creator of the Readiness Mindset. Many of you may be familiar with the idea of goals and specifically the concept of setting SMART goals. Those are goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. It's the way I learned to create and set goals. It's also an approach to goal setting that is still taught in many business schools, used in strategic planning, education, and a number of other areas of life. Although the acronym is helpful when it comes to setting goals, it's goals themselves that are not enough, at least the traditional approach that are not enough to enable change. Write in the comments section, how many times have you set a SMART goal and then either abandoned it because it was too difficult or more complex, or life or other operational issues within your organization just simply took a higher priority? To understand why goals are not enough, it's helpful to take a little side trip into some understanding of two main divisions of the brain that are involved in setting and meeting goals: the unconscious and the conscious areas of our brain. These two areas have been described in many ways. Daniel Kahneman, in his book Thinking Fast and Slow, describes these two areas of the brain as System 1 and System 2. System 1 is the unconscious, an automatic system. And although it can generate complex patterns of thought, it is only System 2, the conscious and logical area of our brain, that can create rational thinking. Another analogy is the one I like, especially when it comes to describing and talking about goals, is John Hyatt's concept of the rider and the elephant. The rider being the conscious part of your brain. It's like your built-in strategist. Your rider is rational, thoughtful, and evaluates a situation before responding. It's your rider or your executive center that thinks about the future and sets your goals. For most of us, goal setting is a completely rational process. We identify what we want or need, logically define why we need it, and then we set a goal. However, this process ignores the other area of the brain, System 1, or the elephant. The elephant, or System 1, is the unconscious part of our brain. It reacts automatically based on your previous experience, your conscious and unconscious beliefs, values, and its sole purpose is your survival. So it aims to assess and react quickly. I really like the analogy of the elephant and the rider because it provides such a great visual about the important difference between these two areas of the brain. The elephant, that unconscious part of our brain, is bigger, faster. It uses less energy and it can respond automatically. What makes it really powerful when it comes to change? It can analyze and respond to a situation 500 milliseconds faster than your conscious center. It often responds to a situation before the logical portion of your brain even recognizes there's a situation and that a response is needed. As one of my clients stated, I'd already said it by the time I realized I should stop myself, when he found himself reacting to a situation that he later regretted. Okay, let's talk about why traditional goals don't work when it comes to enabling change. Your executive center of the brain, the rider, is responsible and enables you to set your goal. But It's our unconscious center, the elephant, that determines if that goal will be met and maintained. This is important to recognize because, as I already said, for most of us, goal setting is a rational process, but achieving your goal is an emotional process, and that will automatically trigger your unconscious brain. To achieve our goals, we must shift our beliefs, our identity, in order to adopt those new activities and behaviors, make them a part of who we are. And all of that takes effort and energy and will require you to be uncomfortable. And while our executive center is all about the new and novel, we as the writers love to explore, think, and create new ideas. Our elephant, our unconscious center, is all about survival and comfort. Therefore, when you are uncomfortable, let's say, for example, you set a goal to run every morning, but today it's cold, it's raining, and you were up late last night finishing that report. Your elephant, that larger unconscious portion of your brain that's all about survival and comfort and is larger and faster, takes over. So you hit that snooze button. Now here's the interesting twist. Your logical center then kicks in and rationalizes the behavior. So your rational center, or the writer, accepts the direction from the unconscious center. And before long, you find yourself defaulting to current or the undesired activities. In the case of the running, you've hit the snooze button today, you hit it tomorrow, and before long, your running routine is off track. So, if traditional goals aren't enough, what can you do instead? Create a story, specifically an intended outcome story. That's what we show our clients. We show them how to write a concrete, concise, and clear intended outcome story. This type of outcome story enables your conscious and unconscious brain to work together. In essence, the writer and the elephant want the same thing. They can now combine their strengths to enable you to live a different outcome. Stories are the way we make sense of the world. Research looking at the influence of stories on performance found that stories are to an organization what precedent cases are to the judicial system. Writing your outcome story triggers specific areas in the brain. It makes a connection between the intention of the desired action and the neural pathways in your brain needed for that intention to become a reality. It solidifies the memory centers and primes the brain toward the action. Psychologist Elliot Berkman notes the intrinsic motivation needed to achieve our goals is tied to our sense of identity and self. Therefore, to change any behavior and adopt the new activities to achieve your goal, you need to shift your identity. The perception you hold of yourself and your self-concept must be aligned with the intended outcome. And that's what makes a story more powerful than a goal. An intended outcome story allows you to frame or reframe your identity, your organization's identity, and align it with the goal. For example, when I worked with people to help them stop smoking, I didn't talk about quitting smoking. They worked instead on seeing and talking about themselves as a non-smoker. But it's not just any story. And your intended outcome story is more than just a vision statement. It needs to be clear, concrete, and concise of what you, your team, or your organization will look and feel like when you are living that story. One group of senior executives overcame almost paralyzing conflict when I worked with them to turn their strategic vision into an outcome story. In an upcoming video, I will share the 6 characteristics of a useful intended outcome story. I hope you found this video helpful. And if you've been struggling to achieve a goal, try writing a story. What does it look and feel like when you achieve that goal? And let me know in the comment section. And if you'd like help to learn more about how to create your organization's, your team's outcome story to achieve your strategic goals, let's have a conversation. Bye for now.